Greetings, Rivals fans. Welcome to Marvel Rivals Weekly. So, here's what we've got. I've been waiting for Season 3 to actually come out before I went through the changes and stuff that they made. Emma Frost is kind of nerfed. So, she has reduced damage on her primary fire. Her diamond form now only reduces your damage taken by 25% instead of 30%, but her ult doesn't take as long to charge up, so she's probably still going to be viable. The Thing got a new ability. You hit F, you can jump to a flyer or another enemy within 20 meters, and his Stone Haymaker will knock down flying enemies. I'll go over how that fully works together in a second. Phoenix, shut up. Thank you. Alright, Venom got an increase. So his Cellular Corrosion, which is his right click, now slows enemies by 25% of their movement speed instead of 15%. Human Torch got nerfed. His primary fire has 5.5 projectiles instead of 6. His ult does less damage on the activation shockwave. And looks like it has less uptime. But he gets a 5% damage boost with the team up, and I will go over all of the team ups in a second as well. Iron Man, his primary fire has been reduced to 35 and then 45 when in overdrive, and it takes him longer to get his ult. Mr. Fantastic only gains 350 overshield when he inflates to big boy mode instead of the old 400 that it used to be. Namor gets faster projectile speed and it does 5 more damage on his primary, and then his secondary just gets faster projectile speed. Scarlet Witch, ult increase. I swear the devs love Scar, because I really think she gets a buff like every season. Spider-Man actually got buffs all the way around, which I love and hate at the same time. His Get Over Here kick, so when you have him hit with the web clustering, you hit E, or whatever it is on controller, it'll do 55 damage to him instead of 50. Firepower mid-air damage, which I'm assuming that's like his bonk, like his flip and then slam down ability. I'm not sure. I don't play Spider-Man. Is now increased to 55. And then his Amazing Combo, which is his uppercut, does 60. And then Punisher got nerfed in his turret and got nerfed in his ult. But ult, his nerf is just, it takes him longer to get it. Phoenix, please. And then his damage on his turret, the projectile damage is reduced to 10, and the splash damage or area of effect damage is also reduced to 10. Bucky's fall off is now not as harsh as it used to be, so he does more damage from the max fall off. Wolverine got a little nerf. His Feral Leap duration is now 5 seconds instead of 4. But the cooldown is now 15 seconds instead of 12. Invisible Woman got buffed all the way around in terms of her healing. Loki got nerfed. It takes him longer to gain his ult. Mantis got a buff and a nerf in a weird way. So her healing is now a percentage off of the allies' base health. So tanks, she'll heal more than a squishy. And her ult takes her longer to get it.
There you
but
are.
Jean Grey, shush. But when you get her ult active, you now get 150 overshield instead of 100, so that's a plus. Ultron got nerfed. His shift, or his flight ability, his speed up ability is 6 seconds long instead of 8. And when he right clicks, it'll now give him 65 overshield instead of 75, and it'll give allies 50 instead of 55. These are the new team-ups. I will go through each of them in a little bit. Spider-Man and Squirrel Girl no longer exist. She's with Iron Man and Ultron now. Storm and Human Torch no longer exist. And then Venom and Jeff get the addition of Hela. Res Comp has been nerfed. It takes 135 seconds for them to get off cooldown so they can get the free res on themselves now instead of 120. And then Jeff and Venom get a buff to their team up on the Jeff side, to where the bonus health is increased to 100 and it stays up for 5 seconds. So with all that said, let's go through a few things real quick, shall we? So thing number 1. let's talk about how Phoenix is going to end up working. So, she is like, Hela and Moon Knight had a baby. The sparks explode, and they have an AoE ring around them, and it can give a spark to someone else. Her shift will also apply a spark. Well, he died from that, so her shift will apply a spark. I've been working on a one-shot combo with her already to try and see if there's a good one, and so far all I've came up with is right-click and spam headshots. That's all I've came up with so far. Body shots still kind of work, but they're not as good. Her ult is kind of weak, so these are squishies. They're 250 HP bots, so like Cloak and Dagger effectively. Can't kill them. But they're one shot after. But if they have a spark applied to them, and I don't think the AoE of this is even big enough to hit both of them. Oh, it is. They both have a spark, and then I ult them. That'll kill them. Because her ult will also detonate her sparks. Because it gives 3, so if they have just 1, it'll give 2, and then the explosion would be the final. Like, her headshots also give 3, like, right away. So another one explodes it, and it leaves 1 over. So her ult works the same way. It would be, they have 1 spark on them, and then she ults, so it would instantly explode it. Now, let's go to the team-up that is going to make Wolverine, yet again, the most banned character in Ranked, from Gold and above. So let's go take damage real quick. So Wolverine has a passive ability to where he gets overshield when he's about to die. We all know this. He also has an E that allows him to take less damage. Well, the Phoenix Shift ability heals him a percentage of health off of damage dealt. And since he does more damage to tanks in that same platform, to where he does a percentage of their health extra as attack, I was at 50 HP, and I put myself almost all the way back up to max just by kidnapping and killing Groot. That's a little broken. Wolverine is going to basically be able to live rent-free in the front line, unless hard checked. So he'll probably be banned a lot. So I'm going to miss this on purpose a couple of times. So she has the Venom Ensnarement now on her E, which is what I was just throwing down. And then it'll pull them towards that, and it'll also apply slow to them. The tentacle will apply slow to them. Then let's go to the Spider-Man. I think his most common one-shot on squishies, like Cloak and Dagger, because again, these bots have 250 health, so does she, so does he, so do a couple of other characters in the game. So the easiest one-shot combo that I've found so far with Spider-Man is right-click them twice, E to pull in, uppercut, and then hit your team up. So it would be right-click, hold up, he's almost dead. Let's just finish him off. It would be right-click, E, F9, or C, whatever your team up is on. Mine's just on 9 because I have one of those.
Watch out! They're headed our way.
My mouse is an MMO mouse because that's what I used to play all the time. So I have a lot of buttons on the side of my mouse, so I keep stuff bound to that. I could also see like that web zip, uppercut, and then 9 out, E to them, and then uppercut again. I could see that being done a couple of times, maybe. I mean, I don't main Spider-Man. I hardly ever play Spider-Man. Actually, this area right here is the only time I play Spider-Man. This is the only time you will ever see me play Spider-Man. But I could see those being quite annoying. Annoying? English is hard. Being quite annoying with his changes. And he got buffs all the way around as well. There was one more team up, wasn't there? Oh yeah, Squirrel Roll. So it is possible to miss this, by the way. So it auto-tracks. Say I want to hit the strafing guy, though. If I throw, like, without aiming at him, it's not going to hit him. And if I aim over here, I miss. It won't path to anyone. But if I aim here, it'll path.
Double kill! Got him, Tippy!
But with the guy strafing back and forth, you kind of want to be in his general direction when you throw it for it to hit him.
Everybody needs a little Stark assist.
Now, this ability probably isn't going to be that OP. It's probably going to be used more for, like, finishing off
Score one for the
people,
double kill!
since it's on a 20-second cooldown after it finishes. So the Thing's little ability, I'm going to wait for him to come back around. And I'm probably going to wait for my internet to calm down. 270p. So it'd be charge up your right click and then leap at him. And his right click knocked him down. So you can't just hit F at him, because that does nothing other than give you, like, damage reduction. That's all that does. You can, like, hold his left click and jump at him, kind of like you do on Hulk, to where you hold left click while jumping around. I missed. It'd be kind of like you do on Hulk when you're, like, leaping around holding left click to get more hits. You can kind of hold his left click while leaping at him to get, like, a tickle in, but that's really about it. Oh, I guess I can go over, like, the name war change.
You are in the presence of royalty. You would be wise
So it's
to
just
show some
faster
respect.
and hits harder. That's all.
Typical
Double kill!
That's all it does. But that is pretty much all of the changes and everything that was done. This was very brief. This is the seasons where I will start doing videos on, like, playing ranked, and maybe just some quick play matches with some peeps, having fun, trolling enemy teams, like matching their team comp or something like that. We'll see when we get there. I'll have to find me a little 6-stack first to do the matching team comp part, but...
Here
And,
they are.
I mean,
Fools.
as you can tell by what my ping has been doing this whole time, it might not, but if my internet cooperates, I'm going to try and stream ranked tonight on Kick, and I'll just put a link to the Kick account that I created to do that in the description of this video. So, until next time, see you, my friends.